I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
After a car accident, call the local law firm that can give you the help you need right now.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti, the one with 115 years of combined experience fighting for West Virginia accident victims. Get more with Manchin Ferretti,
the one that takes on the big insurance companies.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti. We're Manchin Ferretti.
After a car accident, we'll fight for every dollar you deserve. And if there's no recovery, there's no fee. So call right now.
Get more with Manchin Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
When you are looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. Play ball! It's time for the fun and excitement of West Virginia high school baseball. Today's game is being brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Burke Schultz Herman and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, Hagerstown Ford, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremation Robert Fields and Sons, the Manchin Ferretti Law Firm, Floor Pools, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Palace Lounge, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mirius Group Ameriprise Financial Services LLC, and the Berkeley County Health Department.
And now for the pregame show. Let's go out to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good evening and welcome to Seger Field, where tonight it's Game 1 of the 4A Region 2 Baseball Championship Series. It's the Jefferson Cougars host the Hedgesville Eagles. I'm Colin McLaughlin for Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Hopefully, eventually, I'll be joined by Trip Tobin on the call. If not, I got Nick Verzolini ready as the on-site producer, waiting on deck as well to possibly be a color commentator if called upon. Solo cameraman today as well, that being Kyler High. And back at the studio, it's Dylan Bishop. Game 1 of a best 2 out of 3 series, and the big news heading in for this ball game is about the number 1 team in the state. If you were tuned in to the Sports Mix earlier today with Nick and myself, we touched on the rumor circling around that there might be numerous suspensions for Jefferson with 3 of its starters, and those rumors are true. Jet Gross, Liam Healy, and Sam Hefner have been suspended until Saturday, so we will only see them in action if there's a Game 3 here in the Regional Championship Series. So, big news there. We'll see what happens as a result. But for now, we'll step aside and take our first 2-minute break here on the pregame show, which is brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online, and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. On the other side of the 2-minute break, we will hear from both teams' head coaches. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is Prevent, Promote, Protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
In the market for a new vehicle? Then look no further than CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, all in one convenient location. We have hundreds of new and used vehicles available, so you'll be sure to find exactly what you're looking for. And with CMA's Love It or Leave It promise and our lifetime powertrain warranty, you can buy with confidence. Visit us online at CMA's Toyota of Martinsburg.com and CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg.com, where owners just care more.
Let's talk about what to do after a car or truck accident.
First, call 911. Then call Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
Let us handle the insurance company so you can focus on getting better.
Being injured in a wreck is enough stress. Let your doctor handle your medical issues.
And let the Skinner brothers handle your insurance issues.
If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Here to Sager Field on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10 WRNR TV on YouTube as we continue with the Hagerstown Ford pregame show for Game 1 of the 4A Region 2 Championship Baseball Series between Hedgesville and Jefferson. Let's now get to our coaches' interviews, which are brought to you by Trips Flooring. If you're not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring needs, call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. First joined by Eric Grove, head coach of the Hedgesville Eagles. Coach, your team gets a chance at a regional championship as the series begins today against the number one team in the state, the Jefferson Cougars. What's your anticipation heading into this series?
Sure, we're excited. You know, every time we've got a chance to move on to this level, it's been against them, so it's kind of the expectation. And, I'd like to have that same success, but we got to earn it. Our guys seem ready, so we're excited.
In the past, what has it took to knock off a Jefferson team, and what do you feel like this time around it'll take to knock them off as well?
Usually you have to out-Jefferson them, and, we can't beat ourselves, can't give them free passes and let them drive them in. With this team, I think for us it's going to be important to get a good start offensively early and then hopefully extend if we get the chance later in the game. Can't be passive with 2 or 3 runs. We got to try and get 6, 7 runs. We usually say 6 will win most games, and I'm going to imagine both teams are going to manufacture a little bit, but hopefully we can come out and swing the bats well.
You had a holiday to start the week, weather also to start the week, graduation. What have you guys been able to do to prepare, though, for this series?
It hadn't been ideal. Our gym's been taken up with preparation for the graduation, and we got 10 seniors that were doing the same thing. We had a good practice Monday, and then the last couple of days been cage and just coaching through the brain. So, you never know how we're going to come out and play defense, I don't guess, and I don't think the break will hurt us with our arms and stuff, but given the opportunity tonight, we got to put our best foot forward and understand that it's a blessing, a great opportunity to be here, and can't make excuses.
You got Mason starting on the mound today. What's your expectation and desire for him today out there?
locate his fastball, don't have unnecessary walks, compose himself when things get tough, and we'll be fine. I think obviously his velocity is a challenge for anybody. If he can locate his fastball and spin it off of that, he'll be in good shape.
What's that final message going to be for your team before they take the field?
Well, it's not play like it could be your last game, but it could play like it could be your next to last game, and understand that we've had our opportunities taken away this week with weather and different circumstances, but you get a chance tonight, so prove why you're here and prove why you belong. And the Hedgesville message is usually one of the underdogs, so we're going to take that and know we're playing the number one team in the state and have to use that to our advantage.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate the time. Best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Now joined by John Lowry, Senior Head Coach of the Jefferson Cougars. Coach, your team gets another opportunity at a regional championship. What's your team's mindset heading in here to the series against Hedgesville?
Well, we know Hedgesville is certainly formidable. As I've said other times during the course of the year, I think the EPAC is a very, very competitive conference, and certainly Hedgesville, one of the three games that we lost earlier in the year was to Hedgesville. And it's going to be, we got to win 2 games. That's what it comes down to, 2 out of 3. And luckily we got a good night tonight. Games have kind of been backed up a little bit. I think we missed a day. We could have played maybe earlier in the week on Monday, but now we hopefully get this one in tonight, and the weather can cooperate so we can get the second game in, the third one if necessary in the next 2 days.
What has your team been able to do to prepare for this series because of the weather?
Well, we went over to the Civic Center in Ranson, where we work out indoors in the off season. It's a big open space where, we're allowed to. We can take infield. It's big enough to be able to do that. Our outfielders can throw the distance. Obviously, we have the cage here we can hit. When the infield's too wet to get on, we can get in our grass out there just to get. So we're throwing the distance and throwing the baseball in the air. We've gone up on the football field where it's turf and been able to take infield. So we stay busy. Our pitchers can still throw bullpens, and it's just a matter of trying to keep game ready. The thing that I find kind of unusual about this season to this point, up to the 25th of April, we had played 24 games. And since the 25th of April, now it's the 29th of May, we've only played 6 games. That's how the weather's done. And then when you get into tournament play, the games are so, the periods of time are stretched out so that you can, with the double elimination, if you get into that, and if you have weather, it gives you the opportunity to get the games. So I think as much as anything, the rhythm of playing, this is a game of repetition. That's what probably concerns me as much as anything.
Now I'll address with you the elephant in the room, looking at your lineup here going into a game you guys without Jet Gross, Liam Healy, and Sam Hefner. Just your comment on them not being in the lineup and any details you can provide as to why.
Well, baseball is a game of adversity, and certainly this is some team adversity that we have to fight through. It's, we're in the school business to try to help kids come along and develop and help them when things, making decisions and doing things, and accountability, I think, is a trait that's good to be learned. And this is just a circumstance that came up that'll be passed in a couple of days, but it's something that we as a team are trying to get ourselves through. I think the young men involved will learn from it. It's lessons in life like that, when the stakes aren't as high right here, are better to learn than later in life when the stakes, you might have a family or a job, whatever. And it wasn't anything egregiously serious. It was just maybe some judgment that they could have thought through a little better. And then they are held accountable. They're going to serve their time off, and then we'll have them back Saturday if the team's still alive.
Now focus back here on today. You got Engel on the mound. What's your expectation for him going up against Hedgesville?
Well, he throws the ball across the plate. He's got a good breaking ball. The kids play good defense behind him. Hopefully, he'll strike out a few, but he's not a dominant strikeout pitcher, so the ball will be made and put in play, but he doesn't walk many. That's a key right there. So anything they earn offensively, at least to this point with him pitching, has been because they've strung hits together, and he's done a good job at playing to the percentages of the game. Throw it across the plate, let the ball be hit, let your defense work behind you. And the other side of that is when the defense knows that the ball is going to be across the plate, they're always alert. Sometimes when you get a guy that struggles with command or the ball's not put in play, they kind of, it's a game of concentration. And at this level, sometimes concentration wanes a little bit. And that's the challenge of what we try to do here is focus, concentrate on each pitch, play it one pitch at a time. And I think you'll see, he's got the second most innings pitched for us this year, and he's 4-1. So he's done a good job for us. We have a lot of confidence in him.
Anything else, Coach?
No, I'm just glad we got a good night, and if you'd have seen the field earlier this morning, it was really moist and sticky, but, we had a group of people that really did a great job of getting it ready to go. In fact, I didn't think there was any chance we'd ever be able to do pregame on the field, but, we were able to hit, and we were able to, both teams are going to be able to take infield now, so, hats off to the guys that worked so hard getting the field ready for us.
Thank you. Appreciate the time as always, and best of luck, Coach.
Okay, thank you.
That was our coaches' interviews as pregame warm-ups have concluded. Let's now get today's starting lineups for you before we take one last break. Starting lineups brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or a swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. First, we'll get the visiting Hedgesville Eagles here for you. Leading off is the left fielder number 12, Cash Dunham. Batting second and playing in center field is number 6, Landon Pence. Batting third for Hedgesville, the first baseman number 7, Mason Elliott. Batting fourth, catcher number 14, Trent Canerium. Batting fifth, the second baseman number 24, Jay Vians. Batting sixth at third base, number 8, Austin Manor. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 17, Noah Brown. Batting eighth, designated hitter, number 11, Brett Pedersen. And batting ninth, right fielder, number 4, Kason Plogger. Pitching for Hedgesville is number 20, Mason McGill. Now for the home side, the Jefferson Cougars. Leading off for Jefferson at shortstop, number 9, Nyan Dominguez. Batting second at third base, number 27, Braden Oviedo. Batting third at first base, number 13, Sir Guerra. Batting fourth, catcher number 3, Cole Smith. Batting fifth, playing in left field, number 18, Liam Seger. Batting sixth, designated hitter number 11, Alex Danner. Batting seventh in right field, number 22, Brady Roberts. Batting eighth at second base, number 5, Tegan Moulton. And batting ninth for Jefferson, the center fielder, number 7, Andrew Rolfe. Pitching today for Jefferson is number 20, Andrew Engel. Also, as we said, big news, obviously, of the day for Jefferson. They are without 3 starters today, and tomorrow facing suspensions, those 3 being Jet Gross, Liam Healy, and Sam Hefner. We'll step aside, take one last 2-minute break. On the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll have first pitch of Game 1 of this 4A Region 2 Championship Series between Hedgesville and Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, TV 10. We're back in 2 minutes.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market. Spring has sprung. Time to head to Orr's Farm Market to find your flowers, veggie plants, bagged mulches, and potting soil. Visit our bakery counter to try our new homemade quiches, pepperoni rolls, and don't forget our pie flavor of the month, Boston cream pie. We have West Virginia food products, local coffee, honey, maple syrup, dairy, and meat. We have 25 new Orr's jam and salsa flavors for you to try. Check us out at orrsfarmmarket.com, and remember, Orr's Farm Market, happiness grows here.
With a great selection comes great possibilities. And at CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg, the possibilities are endless. Shop our amazing selection of new vehicles like the Ram 1500. And right now, save on new Jeeps like the Wrangler and Grand Cherokee models. Plus, every Jeep purchase comes with our Jeep Wave program. So wherever your possibilities take you, you'll be connected. Shop CMA's CDJR of Martinsburg today. Owners just care more.
Panhandle Printing and Design is your full-service local print shop.
With over 50 years of combined experience, we know how to handle all of your printing and design needs.
We can handle anything, from small business cards to wrapping large vehicles. Our in-house design team can do it all. As a staple of this community, we love helping people promote their events, businesses, and anything they're passionate about. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube as the pregame festivities have concluded. Colin McLaughlin here alongside me, Nick Verzolini. Kyler High, our cameraman back at the studio, is Dylan Bishop. As our top of the first is brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields and Sons, proudly serving our area since 1880 as Jefferson takes the field in the home white uniforms with the maroon Jefferson Cougar written across the front. Maroon numbers on the back as well for Hedgesville. Gold uniform with the blue pants. And now let's get today's starting battery, brought to you by Cody's Auto Body at 851 Wilson Street, Martinsburg. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page. Starting battery for Jefferson on the mound is number 20, Andrew Engel. He comes in with a 4-1 record on the year, a 1.312 ERA, pitched in 42 2/3 innings, gave up 29 hits, 12 runs, 8 of them earned, struck out 28, walked 12, started 7 games. This will be his 8th start of the season, and catching is number 3, Cole Smith. Defensively for Jefferson at first base, it's number 13, Surf Guerra. Second base, number 5, Tegan Moulton. Shortstop, it's number 9, Nyan Dominguez. Third base, number 27, Braden Oviedo. In the outfield, from left to right, it goes number 18, Liam Sager, number 7, Andrew Rolfe, and number 22, Brady Roberts. For Hedgesville one last time, let's get you the starting lineup for them. It goes Dunham, Pence, Elliott, Canarium, Vyans, Manor, Brown, Pedersen, and Plogger. First pitch is brought to you by the Marius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. So, warm-ups have finished off now for Jefferson. Engel getting one last hug from his third baseman, Braden Oviedo, as the PA announcer announces our leadoff batter here in the top of the first for Hedgesville, Cash Dunham, as he'll step up to begin Game 1 of the Class 4A Region 2 Championship Series. And first pitch is grounded foul to the left and out of play by Dunham for strike one. His first pitch coming in at 6:08. It's an 0-1 count now to Dunham from Andrew Engel as he sets in the 0-1 pitch. Fastball that's going to be popped up and shallow left field. Tracking it down is Dominguez, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. And that'll bring up Landon Pence.
The center fielder, number 6, Landon Pence.
So 1 down here in the top of the first for Hedgesville on 2 pitches. Engel finding the strike zone early to begin. Pence, another righty, taking his time, stepping in and getting set here before his at-bat. And the pitch from Engel is a breaking ball for strike 1 that goes by Pence. Engel working quickly here as the 0-1 pitch. A fastball. It's going to be hardly grounded by 9. Dominguez bobbles it, and a error will allow Pence to reach first base with 1 out.
Now batting the first baseman.
And that'll bring up Mason Elliott. So Dominguez fairly active here to begin as both balls in play have been hit his way. One on the fly, which he caught, and this hard ground ball on the ground that he was unable to get off the dirt. Engel looks over his back shoulder at the runner at first, now sets. Windup and the pitch is a fastball outside. Ball 1 to Elliott. A 1-0 count now as Pence takes his lead. And the pitch grounded by Elliott to third. Oviedo throws it to second. The throw to first, though, not in time. So Jefferson only gets the lead runner out. Elliott gets the first on the play. 2 down now, and Trenton Canerium will step up for Hedgesville here in the top of the first. So all 3 batters so far only seen 2 pitches each. So quickly, Engel getting them up and making good work. He is a contact pitcher. The first pitch, breaking ball that stays high for ball 1 to Canerium. Engel looks over at the runner behind him. A righty now sets, and here's the pitch. That's going to be grounded right into Oviedo at third, and he'll throw to second for the out to retire the side. And we'll head to the bottom of the first. Scoreless so far here in Game 1 of the 4A Region 2 Championship Series between Hedgesville and Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR TV 10. We're back in 1 minute.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
May is National Stroke Awareness Month, and WVU Medicine would like to remind you it's important to recognize the signs and symptoms and be fast in seeking medical attention. B, balance loss. E, eyesight changes. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. And T, time to call 911. Immediate treatment can decrease the risk of disability and prevent death. This important message is brought to you by WVU Medicine.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Bottom of the first, brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for home in the tri-state area? Then call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-250-3551. Visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. So no hits for Hedgesville in the top of the first. They strand 1, though, after a error and some fielders' choices as well. And now we'll see Mason McGill on the mound for the Eagles. And his starting battery companion is Trenton Canerium behind the plate. Defensively, this is how the Eagles are aligned. At first base, it's Mason Elliott. Second base, Jay Vyans. Shortstop, Noah Brown. Third base, Austin Manor. Left field, Cash Dunham. Center field, Landon Pence. Right field, Kason Plogger. Jefferson's lineup: Dominguez, Oviedo, Guerra, Smith, Sager, Danner, Roberts, Moulton, Rolfe.
Colin, when these two teams last met in the Jefferson 8-0 victory, Mason McGill got the start, and you look at 8-0 and you come out and you think, well, that's a little bit concerning. Jefferson must have really got to him. But looking back at the numbers, not really the case. As let me pull it up here for you exactly, but only one of those runs were earned.
First pitch is strikes on 0-1 count now to Dominguez. The next one swung through and missed. Count 0-2 now.
So the game was cut short due to rain, but it was an 8-0 victory for Jefferson. Hedgesville's no hit. They also committed 5 errors in that game as well, so they'll need to defend. Only 6 hits allowed, though.
0-2 count. Fastball from McGill inside for a ball. The count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the 1-2 pitch to Dominguez, and it's a swing and a miss for strike 3. So McGill gets his first strikeout of the evening. That'll bring up Braden Oviedo.
Mason went 3 1/3, 5 hits, 6 runs, 1 earned, 3 walks, 5 strikeouts. So he definitely knew how to get through this lineup. It's a little bit of a different lineup today, like we mentioned earlier. So we'll see how he can handle it.
First pitch to Oviedo is inside for ball 1 from McGill. McGill gets the ball back from Canerium, now sets. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a line drive, softly hit, foul down the first baseline. The count now even, 1 ball and 1 strike to Oviedo. Get the baseball back into play for McGill. Ovi steps back up to bat. Righty on lefty matchup here. And the 1-1 pitch from McGill. Fastball high and slightly in as Oviedo leans back out of the way. Count now 2-1.
And Colin, we would anticipate this being a low-scoring game.
It's the 2-1 fouled back. Count now 2-2.
So not having that speed at the top of the lineup today could be big. I mean, Oviedo, you still got great bats, even 1 through 9. The bats are there for sure, but in a game like this, not having that speed is going to be costly today.
2-2 pitch is a breaking ball grounded by Oviedo to shortstop. Charging in Noah Brown. His throw to first causes Elliott to put the splits, but he's able to scoop it up and get the out, or out number 2 to bring up Surf Guerra.
Now batting number 13, the first baseman, Surf Guerra.
So, great flash of the leather there by Noah Brown, who was out for a majority of the regular season with a shoulder injury that occurred during the basketball season. He's now back and gets the hard out there. His first pitch swinging is Guerra, and he lines it right back up the middle for a 2-out single.
Yeah, there's still plenty of threats in the lineup. Like we said, Surf Guerra hitting now in the 3-hole tonight.
Now batting,
just a big power bat. You follow that up with one of the highest batting averages in the state of West Virginia in Cole Smith. So, these guys can still hit. Ovi's obviously a very talented. That top 5 or so is still pretty scary for Jefferson. Sager had the big hit against Martinsburg. He's due up in the on-deck circle.
First pitch to Smith, ball 1. 2 down here in the bottom of the first between Hedgesville and Jefferson. Still scoreless. Runner on first, though, for Jefferson.
The good thing for Hedgesville.
The 1-0 is a breaking ball that drops in for a strike. The count now 1-1. Apologies here for a few audio issues. Trying to
bit tangled. I think that's
get that fixed here for you. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. McGill looks over at Guerra at first, taking a very short lead. Ground ball here to third, and the throw across the diamond is in time, and that retires the side. So both sides get 4 batters up the bat, but no runs across after 1. We're scoreless between Hedgesville and Jefferson heading to the second. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Back in 1 minute.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Do you have someone in a nursing home, or are you worried about somebody you love going into a nursing home? The law firm of Daniel Staggers can protect your assets. Call the law firm of Daniel Staggers today at 304-267-3915. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm does elder care law, estate planning, and special needs trusts for disabled children and family members. Visit the Daniel Staggers Law Firm for your initial free consultation at 133 East John Street in Martinsburg. The Daniel Staggers Law Firm, when you need asset protection for you or for a family member.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10. Due up for Hedgesville in the top of the second. 5-6-7 batters, Vians, Manor, Brown. Top of the second brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball. Scoreless after one here in Game 1, the 4A Region 2 Baseball Championship Series between Hedgesville and Jefferson. Best 2 out of 3 series with the winner going to Charleston.
This is the first time this year that Hedgesville will see Andrew Engel.
First pitch swinging is Vians, and it's a hard ground ball right to Oviedo at third. His throw across the diamond is in time to Guerra for out number 1.
I think you look back on Engel's season.
Number 8. The third baseman.
He started the year as mainly a bullpen arm until about April 5th when he made his first start against Broadford. He went the complete 7 innings, got a big start against Morgantown, Wheeling Park. So he didn't see a whole lot of the EPAC. He saw Martinsburg for the first time the other day.
Breaking ball in the dirt, swung through by Manor for strike 1.
3 2/3 against them, and then he went 2 innings against them on May 19th. And faced Spring Mills for a complete game. So he didn't get a whole lot of EPAC starts.
Next pitch is a strike as well, so the count 0-2 to Manor. Manor steps back in. 1 out, nobody on as the 0-2 pitch. Popped foul over the first base dugout by Manor and out of play. Engel so far working efficiently and throwing strikes.
Yeah, even with those kind of lack of starts early in the year, maybe not deep starts.
0-2 pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss for strike 3, the first strikeout of the evening for Andrew Engel is out number 2. Manor goes down swinging, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Noah Brown.
Engel's still been the second highest innings pitched guy on the team, so yeah, I guess you could still argue he's been the number 2 all year.
Fastball, swing and a miss from Brown for strike 1. And as I mentioned in the first, not really a strikeout pitcher, though, more of a guy that pitches to contact. Is heading into this game, only pitched 42 2/3 innings in 7 starts. As the next one fouled down the third baseline by Brown, the count now 0-2. And in those 42 2/3 innings, only 28 strikeouts. You look at his counterpart, Jet Gross, 77, but he also had 10 starts.
I mean, Jet was pretty ridiculous this year, 53 innings either way, even with the 3 more starts. And
it's the 0-2, fastball high to Brown from Engel for a ball to count 1-2.
About, 1.5 strikeouts an inning, so pretty impressive stuff for Gross this year.
1-2 pitch, up and in and behind the head of Brown as he ducks out of the way. Count 2-2.
Hey, as long as you get outs, that's all that matters at the end of the day.
2-2 pitch, lined foul past the third base coach, who had to jump out of the way of that screamer from the bat of Brown. Keeps the count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You don't get an extra out for 21 strikeouts.
The 2-2 pitch. Fly ball into deep left field. Backtracking is Liam Seger, though. as it's in play, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the second as 3 up, 3 down goes Hedgesville in the top of the second. Stays scoreless between the Eagles and the Cougars. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 1 minute.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. Mark Hughes Plumbing and HVAC is here to solve your plumbing and heating problems while meeting your renovation needs. Now serving Berkeley, Jefferson, Hampshire, and Mineral counties. We're a family-owned and operated company that's fully licensed and insured. We can do kitchen and bathroom upgrades and remodels, plumbing, HVAC and light excavation, well pumps, water heaters, and drain clearing. Call 304-620-8013. Mark's Hughes Plumbing and HVAC. We look forward to working with you.
We welcome you back here to the bottom of the second inning. Bottom of the second brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services as at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. Due up here for Jefferson in the bottom of the second. Seger, Danner, Roberts, the 5-6-7 batters. Jefferson's lineup different than usual here today. Get that reason why after this, as the first pitch is a fastball at the belt for strike 1 to Seger, because Jefferson without 3 of its usual starters here today and tomorrow, as the next pitch fouled away over the first base dugout and out of play, being Sam Hafner, Liam Healy, and Jet Gross. All 3 of them suspended here for these first 2 games, as the 0-2 pitch inside from McGill. It was very close to getting Seger. No reaction, though, from him, so count stays at 1-2. No ruling from the umpire as a hit by pitch, so just a ball. A 1-2 off speed, swung through by Seger for strike 3, and that's out number 1 here in the bottom of the second.
Now batting, the designated
That'll bring up the designated hitter, number 11, Alex Danner. Danner DHing traditionally for the pitcher. The first pitch, swinging, and it's a pop fly to shallow right field. Backing up is the second baseman, Jay Vyans. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Brady Roberts. Both pitchers working very quickly here so far.
Yeah, these guys are some of the best in the EPAC. I mean, Engel, we talked about maybe his lack of EPAC starts, but still, a 1-point-something ERA, and McGill's been just as good.
First pitch is a strike to Roberts.
And that's the thing, even the guys that Jefferson have to turn to today to step up a little bit are still tremendous players. So,
1 fastball catches the inside corner for strike 2.
Well, it may not be your all-star type guys. You have guys like Liam Sager off the bench who can come through with some big hits. We know he's got a ton of power, even though he struck out just a few moments ago. Alex Danner.
Called strike 3. Roberts goes down looking. You're going to have to hold on to that point, Nick, after this break. As 3 up, 3 down goes Jefferson in the bottom of the second. Still scoreless after 2 played between Hedgesville and Jefferson. We're headed to the third after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
Insurance companies like to play games. They say they're on your side, but they aren't. We have a team that can handle any curveball they throw. At Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, you get a dedicated lawyer, and every case gets a team effort. So you get nearly 150 combined years of experience going to bat for you. And we like to win. Join the team that takes your personal injury case seriously. Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. We play hardball.
You back as we enter the top of the third, which is brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere. Pedersen, Plogger, Dunham, the 8-9-1 batters, will be due up here in the third for Hedgesville against Andrew Engel, who has had a great start so far. 1 strikeout. No hits, the 1 error, though, as the first pitch is a breaking ball to Pedersen for strike 1, and that's only pitch number 20 of the day for him. So that's how efficient he's been out on the mound, in command and complete control, as the 0-1 pitch, though, gets away and nearly takes out our fence camera. So wanted to make sure that Nick was still awake back here behind home plate as the count 1-1.
I have to communicate here at Kyler.
That might have knocked out our fence camera positioning as the 1-1 drilled, but foul down the third base side, count 1-2. So we'll try to fix that for you here when we can, and got a table and the brick backstop where the fence camera sits, obviously on the net there, as the 1-2 is sent deep into left center field, and that is a one-hopper off the fence by Pedersen for a stand-up double to lead off this third inning for Hedgesville. First hit of the evening for the Eagles, and that was sent for a ride. That'll bring up Kason Plogger. Nobody out. Runner on second. A 9-hole hitter up here against Engel. Engel looks back at the runner, now delivers, and the pitch is taken by Plogger for strike 1. So 0-1 count now to Kason here against Andrew Engel. Righty on righty as the wind blowing in from center field, and a time called before Engel's pitch to Plogger. So he'll step out for a brief moment.
Yeah, all of a sudden the wind's picking up. It feels like we're at Sager Field, Colin.
Yeah, the sun is covered by clouds now as the 0-1 is softly bounced right to Engel on the pitcher's mound. He bobbles it as he was walking off the front of the mound trying to make the play. He's eventually able to scoop it up off the grass and toss it over to first for the out, but Pedersen on the play advances to third. So he's 90 feet away with 1 out here, and Hedgesville has the top of the lineup back up to bat with Cash Dunham stepping up to the plate yet again. Now it looks like we're going to have a time called here with 1 out as Coach Lowry and company over at the first base dugout for Jefferson wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here as the infield moves in. Looks like the outfield also a bit shallow here to make sure that there's no sac fly opportunity. And here we go. A line drive by Dunham to center field. Backing up on it is Rolf. He'll make the catch, but that is deep enough to score Pedersen. It's the first run of the night in the top of the third coming for Hedgesville. They lead Jefferson now 1-0.
Well, we talked about it on the Sports Mix today, Colin. No matter who was pitching for Jefferson, and we presumed Mason McGill would go for Hedgesville, this is going to be a game where you got to find a way to push across the runs, and Hedgesville did a good job of doing that just now. So we'll see if Jefferson can respond.
Pence up the bat, breaking ball from angle low and away for ball one.
Typically they can, right? They're the kind of team that's usually built with their speed and getting on base and finding ways to push runs.
1-0, grounded off the pitcher's mound, deflects to short. Dominguez scoops it up, throws it to first for the out to retire the side. But Hedgesville draws first blood here in the battle for Region 2. 1 run on 1 hit. Nobody left on base right at the bottom of the third. It's Hedgesville 1, Jefferson nothing. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball action on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10. Back in 1 minute.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at FordofHagerstown.com or HancockChevy.com.
We welcome you back as we enter the bottom of inning number 3, which is brought to you by Farmers and Mechanics Insurance. Reliable coverage since 1877. Call 304-263-0809 for a quote today or visit FMIWV.com. Jefferson will send up Moulton, Rolfe, and Dominguez, the 8-9-1 batters here against Mason McGill, as Hedgesville now leads here in Game 1 of the best 2 out of 3 series by a score of 1-0. Tegan Moulton getting the Imperial March here through the PA system as he steps up to bat. Must be a Star Wars fan.
Or the PA guy got bored.
Or that. The first pitch from McGill runs inside, but catches the corner for strike 1 to Moulton. An 0-1 count here to Moulton as the pitch is grounded foul down first base and into Jefferson's bullpen down the right field line. The count now 0-2.
Is the Imperial March the best Star Wars theme?
I'd say yes.
It's probably most iconic. That and, of course,
the 0-2. Baltimore chop to shortstop. Noah Brown charges in, throws it over to first. It's low, but Elliott is able to snag it off the dirt for the out. That'll bring up Rolfe. Yeah, it's probably more iconic than
now batting the center
the
fielder, number
actual
7,
theme
Rolfe.
for Star Wars. I don't know. Be an
For
interesting
poll. On the same level.
It's the first pitch, fastball swing and a miss by Rolfe for strike 1.
Did you know, Colin, that the Imperial March did not appear in the original Star Wars? It doesn't appear until The Empire Strikes Back.
There you go. The 0-1 at the knees and called strike 2 to Rolfe. McGill really working the inside corner of these righties, and he's getting the calls consistently. The 0-2 pitch to Rolfe. Popped foul over first base way and out of play. So McGill still under 30 pitches here this evening. 0-2 count with 1 down. The pitch to Rolfe. And that's going to be sent for a ride, but right to Cash Gunham in left field for out number 2. Top of the lineup now as we flip the lineup card around, and 9 Dominguez will come back up to the plate for the second time this evening.
Well, Dominguez made one of the best defensive plays, if not the best defensive play we've seen this season to help send Jefferson to this game.
First pitch, high and just outside for ball 1 to Dominguez. First ball of the inning tossed by McGill.
Double play against Martinsburg where he caught the line drive.
A 1-0, low for ball 2. 2-0 count to Dominguez. Yeah, I was on call for that game in the 8-4 victory, and I didn't even think he caught it. I was ready to say it was another base hit for the Bulldogs, and next thing I knew, Dominguez was sending a throw from the grass of the shortstop side as that pitch high for ball 3 over to Guerra at first for the double play and for the win. It's a 3-0 count now to Dominguez up to bat. 2 out here in the bottom of the third. It's Hedgesville 1, Jefferson nothing. A 3-0 pitch. It's Mr. Automatic making the count 3-1. See if McGill can strike back here as we keep the Star Wars references going. The 3-1 swung through by Dominguez for strike 2.
I think he can. He's pretty good.
He is. So far, 3 punch-outs today, trying to make it 4. It's the payoff pitch from Mason McGill. Fouled right back, and I committed the broadcasting cardinal sin, Nick.
Yeah, it's okay.
I flinched.
I did slightly.
There is a hole right there where that ball was coming, though, in the net, in my defense, but I don't think the jury will hear my case and
yeah, I mean, I guess
rule on my side.
The possibility of that ball sneaking through the hole and not hitting the concrete and somehow coming up and hitting you would be very impressive, honestly. I wouldn't even be mad that you got hit. Or
3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and I'll have to now talk to my broadcast partner who would not have been mad, apparently, if I got hit, is what he just said. After 3, it is Hedgesville with a 1-0 lead over Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. Back in 1 minute.
Well, look at you, Robbie. Cleaning the pool already? Oh, it's time for Floor Pool's Spring Startup Sale. And since you're one smart duck, you know a deal when you see it. Now through May 31st, stock up and save on all the chemicals and other products you'll need for your pool opening and swimming needs. Are you kidding me? Robbie says pools start as low as $100 a month with easy financing. Head into Floor Pools and get swimming sooner than you think. Get out of here. Floor Pools has hot tubs starting at $49 a month. Oh, and don't forget cold plunges starting at $79 a month. Robbie swears by them. So, whether you're swimming laps, soaking after work, or just dipping your toes in, it's not just about cooling off. It's about feeling better. Water helps reduce stress, relax muscles, improve sleep, and boost your mood. Be like Robbie. Fly in and talk to the water wellness experts during the spring startup sale and save money. Make this your best pool season yet with Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg.
Welcome you back here to beautiful Sager Field here today as we head to the top of the 4th, which is brought to you by Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers. They're representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com. It is Hedgesville 1, Jefferson nothing, and first pitch swinging is Mason Elliott, and he sends it right back up where it came from for a leadoff single.
Yeah, like we talked about last time we saw Hedgesville play, the hitting's pretty contagious on this team. So you get that leadoff single. You know, can that carry over to Canarium and some of these other guys to continue what's been a slow start offensively, but hey, still not a 1-0 lead, and that may be all they need tonight.
Second hit of the night for Hedgesville as the first pitch fouled off. Just barely off the end of the bat of Canarium for strike 1.
I mean, this team's got a lot of experience, 10 seniors, guys that were a part of that team that made the run a few years ago to the state tournament. Came in here, beat Jefferson in 2 games when they did that a couple of years ago. So certainly capable.
Angle sets, and the 0-1 pitch. Runner goes. The throw from Smith to second. Down the line. Looked like almost Dominguez was able to snag it out of the sky and drop down and put a tag on Elliott as he was sliding head first, but no tag applied, so Elliott steals second. Count 0-2 to Canerium. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a fly ball foul. First base side now to play. So count remains no balls. 2 strikes to Canerium. Nobody out. Runner on second here in the top of the 4th. Angle rocks and fires, and fly ball by Canerium to center field. And that'll be caught by Rolfe. It's shallow enough to where no tag-up opportunity for Elliott. He stays put at second. That's out number 1, and Jay Vyans will come up to bat.
How many times do you see a first baseman steal second?
Not too many. Maybe a lot more in this level.
Yeah, probably, but still. It's always a good thing to have as a guy with good speed that isn't your typical speed position, I guess.
It is true, as Angle goes with a breaking ball, trying to get Vines to chase. He does not bite at the bait. Count 1-0. 1-0. He'll send now on a line drive to center. Charging in is Rolfe, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Again, even with the steal, Elliott stuck at second for Hedgesville here in the top of the 4th, and we'll get a timeout called as Coach Lowry makes his way out of the dugout, walking to the pitcher's mound.
Yeah, probably just tell him, I guess, to be careful here with Manor and 2 outs. Manor's definitely shown some home run power. That's the only thing I can maybe think of, because Ingles handling things overall pretty much how he handles it, right? I mean, contact pitcher, trusts his defense, is a very quick meeting. So something about the approach here of Alex Manor at the plate is what I'm guessing, is what Coach Lowry wanted to go over with 2 outs here. Like I said, Manor with some home run power, that could be the only thing I can think of.
Thank you, Nick, for helping me out there, too, with your analysis, saving me as that mound visit happened, something flew into the back of my throat there. So
that's never good.
Trying to recover here is the first pitch, fouled back off the backstop by Manor for strike 1. Good thing I got some water here to help me out with that. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second here in the top of the 4th. Hedgesville 1, Jefferson nothing's our score. Angle on the mound, looks back at the runner, now fires home. That's going to be ripped, but foul down the third baseline into the bullpen for Hedgesville. Count 0-2 to Manor.
Yeah, if that goes fair, I mean, that's scoring that run from second most likely. So with the left fielder, who's that? Brady Roberts out there in left playing?
Sager.
Okay, Sager playing pretty far over, not really hugging the line. Neither outfielders hugging the line there down the line.
0-2, just getting a piece of it as Manor to continue to fight as he fouls that out of play.
I'd say, of the fields here in the EPAC, it's a pretty big area down in that corner. So ball gets down there, it's going to cause some problems.
The 0-2 pitch from Engel stays high for a ball to Manor. The count 1-2.
That one got me, Colin. I flinched on that one.
I was bracing myself just in case, as Cole Smith had to stand up to get that one.
You should trust the number 1 catcher in the state.
A 1-2 fouled again, and a great snag by our third base coach for Hedgesville with his hat.
Give that
Took it off and used it. Yeah. Count remains 1-2 for Austin Manor here against Engel, battling it out with 2 outs and the runner on second here in the top of the 4th. The pitch, swing and a miss. Engel puts him out. His second strikeout of the night. Both times it was Austin Manor being the victim. One gets left stranded. It remains 1-0 right at the bottom of the 4th between Hedgesville and Jefferson. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
If you're going to hit like trash all day, I tell you what, I got a real chance here. Oh, hey, speaking of, I was coming down the road the other day back from McIntosh Valley, and I saw a billboard with these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters have.
True. Hey, come on.
Oh, and did you know that if you sign up, you get your first month free? Dude, sorry, man. But I just wish somebody would have told me about these crazy deals that Panhandle Dumpsters has.
Drew, how many times have I told you to sign up for Panhandle Dumpsters? They give away discounts for first responders, veterans, and seniors. If you pay for a whole year, you get the 13th month free. Now shut up and watch me hit this drive.
Signing up with Panhandle is like a hole-in-one every day.
Welcome you back. Entering the bottom of the fourth, which is brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and Hagerstown. Oviedo, Guerra, Smith, the 2-3-4 batters up to bat here in the bottom of the fourth for Jefferson. They need to get the offense going. They trail Hedgesville here at home in Game 1 of the best 2 out of 3 series for the 4A Region 2 crown.
Yeah,
First pitch is a strike.
They still have time, obviously, here in the bottom half of the fourth inning, but you'd like to see some sort of threat here, at least.
It's the 0-1 grounded foul. Count 0-2 to Oviedo now. Yeah, so far for Jefferson, only one hit, and that was Surf Guerra in the first inning. He's on deck. So you'd like to be able to put a base runner on for him if you can, as the 0-2 pitch just outside. Count 1-2 to Oviedo now from McGill.
Yeah, Ovie did a good job of holding off because I thought he was going to swing the bat and possibly that's the one that I guess McGill probably wants him to swing at.
1-2. He'll swing through and foul over us and out of play to stay alive.
You look at it on the other side, Hedgesville has just 2 hits, but it's the one error from Jefferson that's played the big difference so far.
The 1-2. Low for a ball. The count now goes to 2-2 to Oviedo.
I guess it didn't because it was still an earned run, so my apologies.
The 2-2. High for ball 3. Oviedo able to battle back in this at-bat and run the count full to lead off this bottom of the fourth inning for Jefferson.
Made that error in the first inning.
Yes.
And then the run came in the third, so I was just misremembering the order of the events.
3-2 pitch inside and called strike 3. Oviedo is a strikeout victim. 5th of the night for Mason McGill. And that'll bring up Surf Guerra.
Now batting, number 13, the first baseman, Surf Guerra.
Only took Surf 1 pitch his last at-bat to get that line drive up the middle for the single. McGill winds up and the pitch. Matches the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Surf. So we talked about when the all EPAC first and second teams came out. One of our snubs off that list is the 0-1 fastball high, count 1-1.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's kind of like can't have a freshman win the Heisman back in the day. Can't have a, a sophomore now?
Sophomore now.
Yeah, can't have a sophomore on the all EPAC team.
1-1. He fouls out of play over towards the batting cage, count 1-2.
Of course, a freshman has since won the Heisman, but for a long time that was a thing. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess we probably have had, maybe even had a sophomore this year on the all EPAC team. Jack Gross is what, a sophomore or junior? I'm not exactly sure.
I believe the junior is the 1-2 at the knees, and Guerra gets rung up. Back-to-back strikeouts looking. And that'll bring up Cole Smith.
Now batting, the catcher number 3, Cole Cole Smith.
McGill, as expected, delivering here tonight with the case. Pitch to Smith is strike one.
Yeah, unfortunately, don't have access to Hedgesville season stats, and their Max Preps doesn't have their strikeouts, but I'd be interested to know how many McGill had this year.
The 0-1, inside check swing. No appeal, though. It's a ball. Count 1-1. McGill sets, and the pitch to Smith. Hops off home for ball two. Miriam retrieves it in front of him and throws it back to his pitcher, McGill. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth. It's Hedgesville 1, Jefferson nothing. 2-1 count. Cole Smith. Pitch from McGill. Popped up in the infield on the first base line, heading into foul territory right behind first base is Mason Elliott, and he'll make the catch to retire the side as once again, 3 up, 3 down goes Jefferson. After 4, it remains 1-0 Hedgesville. We're headed to the 5th after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Welcome back to Seger Field. Our top of the 5th is brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. They're proud to be the owners who just care more. Bottom of the lineup, Brown, Pedersen, Plogger will come up to the bat for Hedgesville here in the 5th as they lead Jefferson 1-0. Game 2 scheduled for tomorrow morning at Hedgesville, an 11 a.m. start, with there being no school today, the last day of school in the area, and with the rain in the forecast, they're deciding to play at 11 a.m. start. So we'll have coverage of that one for you on Talk Radio, WRNR TV 10, and WRNR TV on YouTube.
By the way, I was able to find the strikeouts on Max Preps. For some reason, they're not listed in the same pitching category as all the other pitching stats, which is weird.
First pitch, fouled by Brown down the third baseline for strike one.
Because strikeouts is a pretty important
stat. Yes, it is.
But 88 strikeouts for Mason McGill in 51 2/3 innings. I'm not sure if that includes, did he get the start against Washington?
A one-lined, or grounded, the shortstop, Dominguez, gets it off the grass and throws to first for the out.
I'm not exactly sure because I guess that game isn't here, so it's missing a game, it looks like.
Brett Peterson.
But either way, close to 100 strikeouts, I guess, at this point for Mason McGill, which is insane. And not that many innings, considering some guys are, 15, 20 innings more than him at this point in the year. So, great season. He's only a sophomore.
First pitch to Pedersen. Is it fair? No. They say just foul by mere inches at the third baseline. So, 0-1 count now to Pedersen. That was as close as it gets to the third base bag down the line.
Yeah, we've had a few close ones.
Swing and a miss for strike two to Pedersen on the outside corner by Angle.
Of course, we got the full crew of umps. tonight, so they're on top of it.
0-2 misses outside for a ball. The count 1-2. One out. Nobody on here in the top of the fifth for Hedgesville. Pitch from Engel. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Pedersen down on strikes for out number 2. Got to bring up Kason Plogger. Third strikeout of the night for Andrew Engel out on the mound for Jefferson.
Now batting the second baseman. Oh, sorry. Now batting the right fielder, number 4, Kason Plogger.
First pitch to Plogger in the dirt for ball 1. It's a 1-0 count with 2 out. Plogger 0 for 1 so far. Grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. And he pops up this breaking ball in the infield. Trying to track it down is Nyan Dominguez behind second base right on the edge of the grass. And he'll make the catch for the out. So 3 up and 3 down goes Hedgesville here in the top of the fifth. Right at the bottom of the fifth. Still 1-0 Hedgesville on top of Jefferson. Back in 1 minute. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Carpet World is more than just carpet. Carpet World specializes in a complete selection of hardwood floors by respected names like Armstrong, Bruce, Shaw, and Mohawk, and tile by Dowell Tile, American Oleum, and Mannington for all rooms in your home. And Carpet World can update your bathroom shower with very attractive ceramic tile walls and floor. Financing with up to 12 months deferred interest is available, along with experienced quality installation at Carpet World, 2330 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. CarpetWorldofMartinsburg.com.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon & Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers. Or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
Here on WRNR Martinsburg and TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube as well. Bottom of the fifth, brought to you by Trips Flooring. Not sure where to go, who to trust with your flooring needs. Call Trips Flooring at 304-229-7009 or online at tripsfloorsanding.com. Seger, Danner, Roberts, 5-6-7 batters due up here in the bottom of the fifth for Jefferson. And still, since that bottom of the first with Surf Guerra getting a hit. That's been the only one for the Cougars. The first pitch just outside for ball 1 to begin the at-bat to Seger.
It should be interesting here, Colin, if Hedgesville wins tonight.
A 1-0, called a strike, count 1-1.
Or even if they don't, we know probably Alex Danner's the guy for Jefferson tomorrow, but do you go Mason Elliott? Do you go Landon Pence? Do you go Jay Vians?
Swing and a miss for strike 2 to Seger.
If you're Hedgesville. So there's a lot of different options here, and all those guys have been very good this season. I think it's probably going to be Elliott, if I had to guess.
It's the 1-2. Looks like it slipped. McGill not with the best footing out on the mound on that delivery. Count now 2-2 as that was in the dirt. And he slowly makes his way back up the mound. So keep an eye on McGill. You can see him kind of shaking his head. Hopefully nothing to the plant foot there done on that last pitch. That's 2-2 inside for ball 3. So count full to Seger now. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, everything looked okay, at least on windup. Didn't get quite the result he wanted, but I think he's okay.
Payoff pitch to Seger from McGill. Line shot and down for a hit in left field. It's a leadoff single by Liam Seger. And that ends a hitting drought that Jefferson had here this game, as it's the first hit since the bottom of the first for the Cougars.
Yeah, and he's a guy that you can go to provides some big hits, as we've
Now
seen
batting, the designated hitter number 11.
throughout his career,
Danner.
throughout the playoffs. And as I was saying earlier, Alex Danner, while his numbers have been a little bit down this season for Jefferson, he had a great summer with the Legion team.
First pitch to Danner. Misses for a ball. Count 1-0.
So he can hit in some big situations. It's just sometimes, especially on this team, it's hard to get at bats.
Go 1-0 pitch, lined into the dugout of Jefferson, and that got somebody. Hopefully whoever it was is okay. It looks like I saw a thumbs up over there. So all is fine in the Cougar cage, which obviously is a good sign. That was scary for a second, and going to have Coach Lowry call time still just in case to make sure a trainer still possibly goes and checks out whoever it was that got hit, and have a pause here as Lowry now decides to talk to his batter and Alex Danner. So not sure who it was over in that first base dugout, but
yeah, I couldn't
we
see
resume
from here. But like you said, everybody appeared to be okay, which is what matters in that situation.
It's the 1-1 pitch. Popped. Foul territory over on the first base line, and Elliott makes the catch for the out. We'll get a timeout called now as
maybe we get a pinch hitter here.
Lowry wants to talk with the
That's going to be a pinch hitter, I think.
umpire. Yep, it looks like we will be getting a pinch hitter here for Brady Roberts. So
now batting.
Check out
Pinch
who
hitting, number 31.
is up the bat now.
Popek.
And it is Ben Popek entering for Brady Roberts into the lineup here.
Yeah, Coach Lowry will use his bench if he feels like it can give him a spark. So it worked against Martinsburg, like we mentioned. Sager had that big pinch hit double.
Popek penciled into the lineup card received here today as the first pitch is a ball low for ball one. Count 1-0 as Jefferson dealing with three typical starters out today and tomorrow as the next one up and in for ball two.
Yeah, you look at it today, Roberts has a strikeout and his one at bat. So typically if you strike out too, it's like you just maybe feels like you're not seeing the ball well.
The 2-0 is taken all the way by Popek. Count now 2-1 as that was right down the middle. Runner on first. Represent the tying run for Jefferson. One out here in the bottom of the fifth. It's the 2-1. Softly grounded down the third baseline and thrown away by Canarium. Diving for its Plugger. He can't get it down the first base fence. And that's going to score one and maybe two. No, they're going to hold Popek. And a swinging bunt results in a big-time error by Canarium. And we are tied here in the bottom of the fifth as disaster has struck for Hedgesville.
That's tough. I mean, you have the... Well, hold up, we have something going on here. I don't know. He's saying it was foul?
I don't know. No. Oh, it looks like they're just going to re-enter Roberts.
Okay.
But Grove might want that. Grove going to come out and talk with a home plate umpire, thinking maybe it made contact with Popek off the swing before it rolled fair. It'd be great to see if we have a replay of it or not for those tuned in on our YouTube stream or TV 10. And now we're going to have a council call here for a four-man umpire crew.
Popek. Check this out, Colin. First plate appearance of the year.
Yeah, as I said, he was penciled in, so I believe he's a JV guy that got called up here, and it paid off. He gets the swinging bunt pretty much, and the bad throw by Canarium that went into the bullpen down the right field line. Plogger dove for it to try to keep it in front of him, to keep the runners limited, rounding the bases, and once it got past him, that allowed Sager to score. Hopek to third. Roberts re-enters, 1 out, and it's a brand new ball game here at 1 apiece between Hedgesville and Jefferson in the bottom of the 5th. And Tegan Moulton
Isn't that crazy, though?
will step up to bat.
Like, you don't get a varsity plate appearance all year, at least according to the stats on Game Changer. And your first plate appearance of the year comes against Mason McGill in a 1-0 regional championship game 1. And you come through. I mean, you put the ball in play, which sometimes is enough at this level. If you put the ball in play, you never know it can happen.
Re-entering to run at third base.
Brady Roberts, like we said, is the pinch runner down there. I guess re-entered runner at third, and you know it worked out for the Cougars. And now Moulton hitting.
First pitch fouled just above the Jefferson dugout this time by Moulton for a strike. Looks like we got some action now in the bullpen as well for Jefferson as Surf Guerra begins warming up. Infield in, by the way, for Hedgesville with 1 out and the runner on third. And you get a grounder to the shortstop, and that's why you bring the infield in. The throw to first is there, and that keeps Roberts at third to keep the game tied. Bring up Andrew Rolfe with 2 down.
Yeah, Moulton's been pretty solid in usually the 9-hole or sometimes the 8-hole.
7. Andrew Rolfe.
But with the changes in the lineup today, he's batting 8th. Rolfe now not a whole lot of experience at the plate so far this season, but a great opportunity here.
First pitch just below the knees for ball 1 to Rolfe. Count 1-0. McGill, 1-0 pitch out of the stretch, and that misses for ball 2. Andrew Rolfe now with the hitter's count, 2-0, 2 down, runner on third. The 2-0, fastball and taken for a strike. The count 2-1. The 2-1 count now. McGill throws home, and Rolfe fouls it off into the on-deck area. Count 2-2. By the way, just got a text from Dylan back at the studio, going back and checking the replay of Popek's bat. He said in real time it looked like it might have hit Popek, but slowing it down it looked like it did not. So, a right call there by the umpires as the 2-2 pitch high. Count 3-2.
That's why we keep Dylan around. He's our New York. If he would have came in and told us that it hit him, then we would have had to tell the umps.
Yeah, I don't know what they would have done. They probably just said, cool, thanks. You're out of here. Oh. Here comes the 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, and again, fouling it off is Rolfe to stay alive.
Depends on how you said it, Colin. You said, hey, blue. You missed that one. Might have got tossed. I don't know.
I don't know.
You ever been tossed?
Not in baseball. 3-2 pitch. Way outside to the backstop. Robert starts home and is safe. Jefferson takes the lead, and a bad throw now by Canarium, trying to get it home to McGill. That sent Rolfe to second, but McGill's throw to second was in time. The tag's applied, and that ends the inning. So an RBI base on balls, I guess, is what you ruled at. It gives Jefferson a 2-1 lead through 5, right into the 6th after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
We welcome you back here on Talk Radio WR and RNTV 10 as we head to the top of the 6th, which is brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became #1 by making you #1 first, Parsons. And for the first time tonight, it's Jefferson with the lead 2-1 over Hedgesville. The first pitch from Engel is a breaking ball for strike 1 to Dunham.
That's what makes Jefferson so difficult. Even when they aren't playing their best.
Next pitch, grounded right to Oviedo at third. Fired across the diamond to Guerra for out #1.
They will take advantage of any opportunity you give them. So you have to play almost a perfect game every time you come to Sager Field. And if you don't, Jefferson usually takes advantage. And they took advantage there. Colin to get 2 runs, take the lead, and now you can see if Andrew Engel can cruise for the final few innings and get you this win. A lot of game, though, still left, Colin. So.
First pitch swinging is Pence as he's up the bat for the 3rd time today, and he'll foul that one down the third base side for an 0-1 count. 2 runs on 1 hit and 1 error. Another run coming off a wild pitch for ball 4. Also ended up ending the inning.
But if a lot of...
As the next pitch is a ball, count 1-1. Depends.
A lot of the times, when a team comes in on the road and gets a win, we feel like they stole one. If Jefferson squeaks this out...
1-1, swing and a miss for strike 2 to Pence.
And the score stays the same, it would almost feel like they stole this one here at home. Especially if all of the off-the-field stuff with the players out, stuff you can't really... you could have controlled, I guess, but at this point you can't control, so...
1-2 outside for a ball. Pence did not chase. Count 2-2.
But a lot of baseball left, like we said. Don't want to count anybody out, especially these 2 teams.
The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball that is slapped. A shortstop. Dominguez in the grass, throws it to first, and it's not in time to beat Pence. One out infield single by Pence. Reaches base for the 2nd time today, and that brings up Mason Elliott.
The fact that Dominguez got to that ball and probably gets like anybody that's slower than Landon Pence, or at least has a better chance. That was another pretty impressive play considering, where that ball was hit.
This one in the dirt. Taking off immediately was Pence, and he had a great jump. Cole Smith had no chance to get him. 1-0 count now to Elliott and a runner on second here in this 2-1 ball game as Jefferson leads Hedgesville in the top of the 6th, and we'll get a timeout called here for a mound visit.
Yeah, Hedgesville's a hit away from tying it back up, so talk things over. Maybe start to think about making a change here, get a read on your pitcher. Engel overall has been very good, but we know he pitches to contact a lot of the time, and in this situation you could probably use a strikeout. So,
mound visit concludes here. 1-0 count to Elliott. Elliott his first time up and grounded into a 5-4 fielder's choice and singled his last time up.
Engel's only at 57 pitches, 44 of them have been strikes. I might be a pitch or two behind. I don't know if you had that, Colin.
Not sure. I'd have to count on my scorecard here.
I thought you were double-checking something there when I said that.
I was about to, but I believe you're correct there.
That's what Game Changer has.
Yeah,
So.
that's what I'm on as well.
Good.
So, runner on second, 1 out for Hedgesville. A pitch from Engel. Big swing and a miss for a strike by Elliott. Count 1-1. Elliott steps back in here. Engel. It's the call from his catcher, Cole Smith. Looks at the runner behind him, sets, throws home, and it's a ground ball by Elliott to third. Oviedo fakes the throw and now has Pence in a rundown. Pence going back to second. Throw to second. Goes back to third. The throw to third. Has him running back to second. Back to third. He tries to juke underneath the tag, and he can't do so. So there you go. Have to wait to officially see what that fielder's choice is ruled as, but a great job by the third baseman, Braden Oviedo, to get Pence fooled with the fake throw. 2 down now, a runner on first as Canarium comes up to bat.
Excellent play from Oviedo. As the base runner there, probably don't want to run when the ball's hit in front of you. But
first pitch is a strike to Canarium to begin his at-bat.
But sometimes you got to tip the cap, too, because Ovi made a great fake. I thought he threw the ball over. So he got me, and he got Landon Pence as well.
The 0-1 fouled back. Count now 0-2.
So now you are in a great situation here, Colin.
I guess I'll have to go back and look at the replay to officially get what that would be ruled in the scorebook as the pitch misses high for a ball to count 1-2, because here on Jefferson's Game Changer, all they put was a fielder's choice from third to second, which we know with the pickle there is not actually the official ruling, as a Baltimore chop to second base is bobbled by Moulton with 2 out, and that puts runners on the corners.
Now batting, the second baseman,
it's
number
a tough play because you had
Jay
the
Vines.
hit and run, so runner was going. Moulton then was pulled over toward the bag to cover, and that ball, like you said, took a weird chop. It was in the air for a while. Moulton knew he had to hurry, and then I think that's what caused him to make the error and allow the runner to reach. So runners on the corners here, 2 outs. See if maybe we get the pitching change. I don't think there's really a reason to. I still feel like Engel's been very good. But again, they're just talking it over, I guess, here and what they want to do defensively with 2 outs and runners on the corners.
Yeah, 2-1 lead for Jefferson here against Hedgesville in Game 1 of this championship series for the 4A Region 2 tournament. Top of the 6th inning. Up to bat for Hedgesville is Jay Vians. Pitch from Engel. First pitch swinging, and it is skied high into shallow right field. Actually, it stays in the infield. And Moulton's able to make up for his mistake by making the catch to retire the side and keep the runner stranded on the corners. Remains Jefferson 2, Hedgesville 1. Headed to the bottom of the 6th after this 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball action on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Hey, it's Cody from Cody's Auto Body.
You're a potty mouth.
But we do a really great job fixing cars after an accident.
I know, but you're still a potty mouth.
I'm possibly the best friend you could ever have.
You are, but potty mouth.
If you need your car repaired, come to Cody's Auto Body, located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Because that's Cody's with a T for f***ing trust.
See? Potty mouth.
Leave me alone.
Welcome you back here on Talk Radio WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube as we head to the bottom of the sixth, brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online and they'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at fordofhagerstown.com. Due up here in the bottom of the sixth for Jefferson. I'll send its top of the lineup, Dominguez, Oviedo, Guerra. Looks like, however, we'll have a pinch hitter here for 9 Dominguez. So, get a change here. And let me take a look here. It is Connor Williams entering into Dominguez's spot here to lead things off in the bottom of the sixth against Mason McGill.
So even with the limited roster, you still see plenty of the bench being used for Jefferson.
And he'll foul the first pitch up and over our heads out of play for a strike.
Which shows the talent of this program and why you still felt like they had a great chance even with 3 guys out of the lineup.
The pitch, breaking ball, and it's strike 2 to Williams. Great slider there by McGill. 0-2 count to Williams. Here's the pitch. Fastball, swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, 1 out to begin the bottom of the sixth. That'll bring up Braden Oviedo. Seventh strikeout of the night for Mason McGill.
He's tough.
What's tough for him right now, he's the losing pitcher.
Yeah.
First pitch is a strike at the belt of Oviedo.
Sometimes baseball isn't fair, Colin.
Life isn't fair.
That's true. It's hard being Nick Versley.
The 0-1 pitch. Just outside for a ball. The count 1-1 now to Oviedo. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. The pitch from McGill. Awkward swing and miss as Oviedo went through, but I don't think that was the pitch he expected, which is why it did not look natural. Count 1-2. Fastball low as McGill again slips off the mound with that plant foot. Count 2-2. He's going to take his time before turning around to get the ball back from his catcher, Trent Canario.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, the field looks pretty good. Like we said, he actually looks great considering the rain and everything. But I don't know if maybe that had some impact.
2-2. Just inside. The count now full once again to Oviedo. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Might be a tad high as well, but it was a pretty good pitch.
Last time in this situation, Oviedo struck out looking. We'll see what happens this time. Here's the payoff pitch from McGill, and he lines it past the diving glove of Noah Brown and into left center field. Rounding first, thinking 2 is Oviedo, but he's going to turn back around and get a 1-out single in the bottom of the sixth to bring up Surf Guerra.
This is when Jefferson gets dangerous. You get Surf Guerra and Cole Smith to the plate with less than 2 outs,
now
possibly.
The first baseman, number 13, Surf Guerra.
That's why he moved Oviedo into that spot. You know, he's been hitting down on the lineup a little bit because of how talented they are, but again, they're a little bit shorthanded tonight. So you move Ovi up, he still can provide some big hits for you.
First pitch from McGill, low for a ball to Guerra. 3rd hit of the night for Jefferson. Offense has been at a premium as expected here in Game 1 of the 4A Region 2 Championship Series. A pickoff attempt, something we also haven't seen here at all today, and sliding back in is Oviedo safely.
Hard to pick off when there's nobody on base.
Fair point.
I would expect all 2, maybe 3 games of this series.
This is sent for a ride down the first base line, and it is down for a hit. Rounding first, heading to 2 is Guerra's. The throw cut off. It is back-to-back base hits, putting runners now at second and third for Jefferson with 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th. That'll bring up Cole Smith, who's looking to add some insurance runs for the Cougars here at home as they lead Hedgesville 2-1.
Now batting.
It didn't seem like off the bat that he had gotten a whole lot of that one, but it just was put in the perfect place, and Surf's got a lot of strength, so he did what he had to do with it, send it the opposite way down that corner, and now it's an excellent opportunity to add some insurance here late in this one for the Cougars. But, I would expect most of these games to be pretty low scoring, or at least the pitchers kind of have control of the game for the most part, because we got some really good pitching teams. That's how you get to this point. It's kind of hard to win without great pitching. So
first pitch was low and smothered by Canarium to keep it in front of him. The count 1-0 to Smith. Next pitch high. Jumping up is Canarium to get that one. The count 2-0 is McGill. Got to keep it in there with the runners at second and third to keep this game at 2-1 if you're Hedgesville. Infield in. Jefferson trying to put the game away as the 2-0 is taken by Smith for a strike. The count 2-1. Tension rising here at Sager Field. Both sides anxiously waiting, pitch after pitch. 2-1. Sent for a ride deep into left field. But Dunham is there to make the catch down the line. But the sac fly pays off. It scores Oviedo, and it is now 3-1 Jefferson, leading Hedgesville in the bottom of the 6th with 2 out.
Now batting.
And that'll bring up Liam Sager, unless we have a pinch hitter.
A little bit surprised to see one. Maybe we're not. Maybe he's just talking to him. I don't know. I was going to say, no, he is going to pinch hit here. That's a little bit surprising.
Yeah, Sager singled his last time up.
Pitch hitting, number 33.
Coach Lowry wants a different guy. It's Cam Weand will step in for Sager.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to question it. Coach Lowry tends to get it right, Collins. So let's just roll with it here.
Pinch running.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner as well.
McGill to this point, only 87 pitches. I mean, both guys have been pretty efficient overall. 87 pitches on 7 strikeouts. It's pretty efficient stuff. Engel only 64 pitches to this point. And he may only need to get 3 more outs.
It's Kinsler now at second base, the pinch runner for Guerra with 2 outs. We end up the bat, and he fouls off the first pitch to the left for strike 1. McGill gets a new baseball. 0-1 count with 2 outs. Looks at the runner behind him. Fires home. That misses outside for a ball. The count 1-1. The lefty steps back in here against the lefty on the mound, Mason McGill. Here's the pitch. And outside as well for ball 2. 2-1 count. McGill fires home once again, and again it's outside. Canarium can't snag it, but it stays close enough in front of him to keep the runner in Kinsler at second. Count now 3-1 to Weand. See if he has the green light here on the 3-1. He does, and he fouls that into the parking lot. Hopefully not near my car, but I see kids running over towards it, so it worries me a little bit. Count full, 3-2.
We do take that risk here at Jefferson. We park pretty close to the field.
Yeah.
So far, we've been okay.
3-2 pitch. Strike 3. Wien goes down looking to end the inning, but Jefferson is able to add an insurance run. They now lead Hedgesville 3-1. Heading to the 7th, the Eagles down to their final 3 outs. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. This is West Virginia High School playoff baseball action on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Well, look at you, Robbie. Cleaning the pool already? Oh, it's time for Floor Pool's spring startup sale. And since you're one smart duck, you know a deal when you see it. Now through May 31st, stock up and save on all the chemicals and other products you'll need for your pool opening and swimming needs. Are you kidding me? Robbie says pools start as low as $100 a month with easy financing. Head into Floor Pools and get swimming sooner than you think. Get out of here. Floor Pools has hot tubs starting at $49 a month. Oh, and don't forget cold plunges starting at $79 a month. Robbie swears by them. So, whether you're swimming laps, soaking after work, or just dipping your toes in, it's not just about cooling off. It's about feeling better. Water helps reduce stress, relax muscles, improve sleep, and boost your mood. Be like Robbie. Fly in and talk to the water wellness experts during the spring startup sale and save money. Make this your best pool season yet with Floor Pools in Chambersburg, Hagerstown, and Martinsburg.
We welcome you back here as we head to the top of the 7th, which is brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg, your total insurance solution located at 1250 Edwin Mailer Boulevard, Suite 301. Call 304-263-3361. Down 3-1 is Hedgesville here against Jefferson in Game 1 of this best 2 out of 3 series. Due up for Hedgesville, Manor, Brown, Pedersen. The 6, 7, 8 batters in the lineup. As Andrew Engel tries to finish the game and get a complete game victory for Jefferson here in Game 1. A spot that some would not have expected him in here in Game 1 as the first pitch. Hardly grounded to shortstop. Dominguez throws to first. 1 pitch. 1 out. Down goes Manor to bring up Brown. Most people probably would have anticipated Jet Gross getting the start for Jefferson today here in Game 1, but he, along with Sam Hefner and Liam Healy, not available today and tomorrow. Only would be available if there's a Game 3 for Jefferson. And a swing and a miss, strike 1 by Noah Brown.
Yeah, good thing for Jefferson is, like we said multiple times, they have a lot of depth.
It's fouled for strike 2 by Brown, yeah. Got an ace in the hole in your 2 spot in that projected rotation that we have as well. As I mentioned, Engel 4-1 coming into today with a 1.31 ERA, so even though you don't have Jet available, you'll still take it.
Yeah, and Alex Danner, who's probably going to go tomorrow, he's been right there with those guys this season. So, normally you would have went Engel tomorrow, Gross today, but
0-2 pitch, and that's going to be sent for a ride by Brown to right center field, and diving for it is Rolfe. Did he get it? He did for out number 2. Full stretch by Andrew Rolfe out in single, robs Brown for out number 2. Great job, center fielder, to make sure that wasn't a single, if not more.
Yeah, that's your backup center fielder.
Yeah. He's making plays like that.
I mean, like you said, number 2 pitcher, backup center fielder with 2 guys that could probably play center field being out.
First pitch low for a ball to Pedersen.
And, Liam Sager has a hit today. He may or may not have been in the lineup.
1-0 swung through for a strike. The count 1-1.
He's kind of a rotational guy. You had the Popick play.
1-1 outside for a ball. Count 2-1.
Just different guys stepping up tonight, Colin, that that helped lead Jefferson to this victory.
And here you go. Fly ball. Charging in is Rolf, but it doesn't matter. Nine Dominguez is there to make the catch, and that is your ball game. Jefferson takes game one here in the 4A Region 2 Championship Series as they defeat Hedgesville by a score of 3-1. The Cougars one win away from Charleston. Hedgesville will have to win the next two. They host tomorrow at 11 a.m. Step aside, take a 2-minute break, and then we'll be back to wrap things up with our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10. Back in 2 minutes.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanic Insurance Companies. For over a century, we have been dedicated to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. We specialize in auto, home, farm, and business insurance. Our products are backed with personal, hands-on service. You can trust us to protect what matters most to you. For all of your insurance needs, there's Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Back here on Talk Radio, WRNR TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube, as I got a lot louder here in my headset. Not sure if that is the same or not for those tuned in or if it's just myself, but want to welcome you to the post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edward Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page as Jefferson takes game one by a final score of 3-1 here in the 4A Region 2 Championship Series over Hedgesville. Jefferson gets the 3 runs on 4 hits. They had 2 defensive errors. Hedgesville gets 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error. Let's get a game scoring summary now brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to WVJusticeLawyers.com, and as anticipated for the most part, we had a pitcher's duel between Andrew Engel and Mason McGill as both guys go the distance, but it was Engel getting the win as Hedgesville, though, did strike first. They got a run in the top of the 3rd inning after Pedersen led things off with a leadoff double and eventually was brought home on a sac fly by Cash Dunham. But then it was Jefferson finally able to get some offense going. Got 2 runs in the 5th off a hit and a crazy error by Trenton Canerium, catcher of Hedgesville, trying to throw down on a swinging bunt, and that caused Canerium here to throw over the first baseman into the bullpen in right field. That tied the ball game, and then eventually Roberts came home to score when Rolfe was walked, and ball 4 was a wild pitch to the backstop. That made it 2-1, and then in the 6th, Jefferson was able to tack on one more run to make it 3-1. So the Cougars get the win over the Jefferson gets the win over Hedgesville. My apologies, and they are one win away now from States tomorrow at Hedgesville as a start time of 11 a.m. We'll get some game stats for you here as we quickly wait for our post-game interviews for Angle. 7 innings, giving up 4 hits, only 1 run which was earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. For McGill, it was 4 hits given up, 3 runs, 1 earned, walked 1, and struck out 8 through 6 pitches for McGill. 93 pitches, 60 of them for strikes. Angle, 72 pitches, 56 of them for strikes. So that's your game stats, brought to you by CMA's Martinsburg and Winchester dealerships. Proud to be the owners who just care more. And it looks like we'll have our player of the game now joining us here on the broadcast. Player of the game brought to you by Parsons Ford at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons, as we try to get the headset through the net here at the backstop, as tonight's player of the game is Andrew Engel. Andrew, you hear me? All right, here, let me make sure you're turned up as well. Big congratulations to you and your team on the win here in the game. Just walk us through your performance out on the mound to get this 3-1 victory.
Just, did my normal routine before game. Felt good, felt really good. Just trusted my defense as usual. Didn't try and do too much, didn't try and overthrow. Just trusted my guys and got it done in the end. So that's good.
You guys now one step closer to another appearance in Charleston. Just talk about the adversity that your team has faced here this week as well, and no matter what that adversity has been here, to still get a big win over Hedgesville to begin this series.
We faced a lot of good comp this year, facing Morgantown, Cabell Midland, Bridgeport multiple times, Wheeling Park, and these EPAC teams, they're really good competition. Got to compete every day, look forward to the next one, and just got to keep moving forward.
Guys, get the win. You now have to play at 11 a.m. tomorrow at Hedgesville. What's the mindset getting up and early and getting the game going and knowing what it takes to get one more win?
Just trust our guys again. Trust Alex Standard to throw strikes. He's a good guy, solid guy. Trust our young guys, We had a few young guys out there today, and they did their own, so just got to trust each other and stay one.
Nick, you got anything for Andrew as well, yourself here? As you
I don't know what you asked him, so I don't want to ask him something he already did. So.
No worries. We'll let you, if we're getting Coach Lowry as well, ask him some stuff. But, Andrew, thank you for joining us. Have Coach come swap you out. And, again, congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Best of luck tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
So, there you go, player of the game, Andrew Engel here, as we wait for Coach Lowry to make his way over here momentarily to get his thoughts on the win. 3-1. Jefferson takes game 1 over Hedgesville. So, Coach, make sure you can get that headset here for you. And you hear us, Coach?
Sure, yeah.
All right, congrats.
Thank
Your
you.
team gets the win. Just your overall thoughts to begin on tonight's game.
Well, Peanut did exactly what we had hoped he'd do. I don't think he walked anybody. And you can see
Correct,
the ball. Yeah. The ball was put in play, and we were able to make the plays behind him. And we hung in there, and we took advantage of a break that we got. And it's a good win, but we haven't won anything yet. We got to win again. They're a good team, and we got to go to their field. Quick turnaround tomorrow morning at 11, and it's nice to win tonight, but you still got to win tomorrow, next day.
And, Coach, it wasn't, the ideal situation with some of your guys being out, but you had a lot of young guys step up and come through with some big plays, including Rolfe there at the end with a heck of a catch in center field, and just those guys stepping up for you. What was that like tonight?
Well, tonight showed exactly what you talk about all the time, being a team game, team effort. When your opportunity comes, step up and take advantage of it. You know, we had some adversity to deal with, and they dealt with it. I mean, that's what life's all about, being able to do that. And really proud of these guys for the way that they, battled. And you can see there's some good guys coming off the bench. I mean, we had a couple of super catches in center field. Had a guy come off hit a little chopper, created some an opportunity for us. So, really pleased with the way those guys responded and the way we've stayed together as a team. And but again, like I said, that's behind us now. We've got to get ready for tomorrow.
What's your mindset going into tomorrow's game? Have you made a decision on who's getting the ball for your team at 11 o'clock?
Alex Danner will pitch tomorrow. I mean, that was the plan going in. And, the reason being Alex, throws a little harder, and he has been fortunate enough to miss a few more bats, and maybe with the center field area up there, numerous balls that are going to be put in play today. That's what we thought, and that's what happened. And, if Alex can keep the ball across the plate like he has the last several games, we'll have an opportunity. And, we're going to have to score runs. Runs have been a premium for us all year. And, hopefully we can be able to get a couple tomorrow.
Quick turnaround as well, 11 a.m. tomorrow. So what's that going to be like?
The way I love it. Like I told somebody earlier, since April the 25th, we played 6 games. So I'm loving playing 2 within 24 hours.
Yeah, that's what you were saying during our pregame interview with you. So,
right.
Congrats, Coach. We'll talk to you again tomorrow. Go enjoy tonight's win while you can. I know you're focused, obviously, on the task at hand, and that's one more win to get to Charleston.
That's our goal. And that's their goal, too. So that's what makes it fun. Everybody's fighting for the same thing.
Thank you, Coach. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow.
All righty.
So that pretty much wraps things up for us here on Talk Radio, WRNR, TV 10, WRNR TV on YouTube. Again, tomorrow, 11 a.m. first pitch. We'll go live at 10:45 with our pre-game coverage. For Dylan Bishop back at the studio, Kyler High, our solo cameraman here tonight alongside me, Nick Verzolini doing double duty on-site producing as well as becoming color commentator. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off here from Game 1 at Seger Field for the 4A Region 2 Championship Series. Jefferson 3, Hedgesville 1. Tonight's final score. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll be back tomorrow morning.
You've been listening to West Virginia High School Baseball. Today's game broadcast has been brought to you by
Trips Flooring, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, Burke Schultz Herman and Jenkinson Personal Injury Attorneys, Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies, the Larry DeMarco Team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Cody's Auto Body, Hagerstown Ford, Brown's Funeral Home and Cremations Robert Fields and Sons, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, Floor Pools, Smallwood and Small Insurance, CMA Martinsburg and Winchester Dealerships, Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, The Palace Lounge, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mirius Group Ameriprise Financial Services LLC, and the Berkeley County Health Department.
For the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball, keep it tuned to FM 106.5, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online talkradiowrnr.com. All rights reserved.